Hey guys, this video will be about dyscalculia. It will not be only about my dyscalculia, but also about dyscalculia in general. I was diagnosed with dyscalculia shortly before I finished elementary school. In general, we can say that it is quite a late diagnosis for that. I was born into a family of mathematicians and people who acquired professional skills from mathematics. It was very, very hard for them to imagine that they can have a child who is actually unable to calculate anything or unable to deal with numbers. My mom was a math teacher and my father was a chemist. My mom was paying to a math teacher to learn with me because she couldn't find a way to deal with me. That math teacher was the first person who told her that she had the suspicion that I might have dyscalculia or something that's related to it. She told her that she had this suspicion because I started to explain why did I solve a mathematic task according to a logic that was a non-existent logic. There are plenty of different signs not related to numbers or calculations or anything, and still can be the signs of dyscalculia. This is the reason why young children are tested early to recognize these signs. In my case, there were two very obvious signs of math-related problems. One of that was movement coordination problems and balance problems. The other was that I was unable to learn how to read the time from an analog clock. In general, we can say that it was a very humiliating time for me when I got the diagnosis and I didn't have to deal with math grades, but still I had to participate at the classes. This was the case during high school. My classmates were laughing at me and there were plenty of teachers as well. They were humiliating me, not because they wanted to, but because they've never heard of dyscalculia, because at that time when I was a teen or a child, it was not such a well-known phenomenon. They say that early development is something that can help you to reduce the amount of the problems that you are having with numbers. In general, we can say that it is good to be familiar with numbers because in your everyday life, there are numbers everywhere. You have to pay your bills. You have to know how much money did you spend from your salary, how much can you still spend. So it's good to be at least familiar with numbers. It's a very bad experience when you face with the fact that someone who is familiar with numbers is laughing at you because you are not. So as a kid, I remember that it had quite a huge impact on me and on my mental health. My family is still making jokes about it even today. I don't think they see it as a possible option that I couldn't reach a level in counting from where you could play a card game or anything. They just think it's not possible. Scientists say that it can be the case that you either born with this or you develop this because it is a frontal lobe issue in the brain. They say that it is critically important to recognize it in an early age because if you start the development in an early age, then you might reach to an average level of counting abilities. From this aspect, it is different compared to autism because in autism, you can just only reach to a point where it will not be already that obvious for your environment. But this is a learning disability. You can actually make it develop up to a state where it won't cause any more problems. For me, it is critically important to say don't make fun of the kids who are dealing with this, especially not your own children or children in your environment.